Hey Beam Tribe, it's Clayton from Pittsburgh, and we're going to do quadruped hip cars. So you're going to need a yoga block or a book, and you're going to need a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball. All right, so we're going to do 2 reps on each hip, and you're going to start with having the block on your lower back, and we call this the block of honesty. This is going to help from your lower back to not round or extend like this. We want everything else to be nice and solid, and only the hip rotating as we go through this exercise. So you're going to set up on the left hip. You're going to take the tennis ball or the lacrosse ball behind the left knee pit. One of my favorite words, knee pit. You're going to set this block up on your lower back. And if it falls off, that's fine. It's just giving you information that you're compensating a bit. So what you're going to do is hover that left knee about 1 inch off the ground. Bring it forward for flexion. Laterally lift. Imagine you're a dog at a fire hydrant. We're going to squeeze that tennis ball. Rotate through. Sole of the foot comes up to the ceiling, squeeze the heck out of that tennis ball. Hinge back down to where we started for flexion. And reverse, hip extension. Bring the sole up. Rotate through, flat back, coming back to that fire hydrant. And then back to start position. Good, 1 rep. Let's do 1 more. Forward into flexion. Laterally lift, try not to tip over to the right. Squeeze that tennis ball, rotate through. Get the sole of the foot up, 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 up. Hinge back to where we started. Reverse, hip extension. Keep the lower belly and the lower back locked. Try and get that foot as high as you can. Hamstrings, glutes, sole. Rotate. Come back to that fire hydrant. And down. Excellent. Let's switch hips. So, again, tennis ball behind the right knee pit. Squeeze. Again, that's just going to give you more stuff to squeeze on, so you get more hamstring, glute, and everything around the hip on board. All right, block of honesty on the back. Quadruped, squeeze that tennis ball forward into flexion without rounding the lower back. Laterally lift, dog at a fire hydrant. Pause, feel it on the outside of your hip. Squeeze, rotate through. Sole of the foot, trying to get it up to the ceiling without arching the back. Hinge back down. And reverse, hip extension. Rotate. Back to the fire hydrant and down. Good, 1 more rep. Coming forward into hip flexion. Laterally lift. Pause there, feel on the outside of the hip. Squeeze, rotate. Try and get as much height as you can. Whoo, Nelly. Hinge back. Reverse. Everything else in the body is nice and still. Focus on just getting all the intent and work and effort into that hip space. And relax. Quadruped hip cars.